What is this hearing?
You just put.
O tēnā tātou katoa, tuatahi I miha te kia rata ko whetū rangitia, kia whaia Kāwhia moke, ka tahi anō ko nehu te rangi nei ki whatihua, nō reira tēnei te mihi kia rata te whānau ki wahora, haere atu rā I te whaia kia rata ko wehi atu, nō reira haere, haere. Tuarua mihi atu kia koe te koromatua a Rodney, nau mai haere mai ki tēnei hui, and I mihi atu ki a koe tānia te tumu whakarai. O tira, I mihi atu ki a koutou katoa, te hitori o Kāwhia, moana Kāwhia, kai Kāwhia tangata, nau mai haere mai ki tēnei hui I ahi nei. Nō reira, I mua tō tātou hui, kia ingoe tātou. Ina atua tikana mātou I te rā, whakapate te tinana, te hinina o te wairua, tukua mai te aroha, te kaha me te tonga I ngā tūpuna, nō reira, haumi e hui e tai ki, nō reira, tēnā tātou katoa. We'll get straight into our hui this afternoon. I'd like to welcome everybody. Apologies we have from Jeff Good. Can I have yeah. Can I have mover and a seconder, Annie and Richard, nō reira tēnā kōroa. We'll go into the public forum. This is the next item. I'm happy, we just had a late item, and I'm happy for this item to be spoken at the public forum. Yeah, so I'm okay with that. So I'd like to ask Lucy being told to come up to the tipu bay. You can have anybody come beside you just to tautoko. Yeah. Kia ora, Lucy. Before you start, if you can just introduce yourself and then do your presentation, that'll be lovely.
Pleased to move and so. I'm just looking to start up a food cart here in Kāwhia, and I'll just read out my business summary. Kāwhia is a community-driven mobile seafood business designed to fill a sea gap in the Kāwhia market. Consistent and reliable food service in a town where open hours are limited and unpredictable, especially for visitors. Although Kāwhia is a popular tourist destination known for its stunning harbour, natural hot water beach and rich cultural heritage, both local and tourists often struggle to find accessible quality pie throughout the week. Kāwhia will address this need by offering set, dependable operating hours and a mobile seafood trailer serving fish are fresh locally sourced by moana by sourcing directly from local fishers and divers. We deliver an authentic taste of Kāwhia while supporting sustainable practices and strengthening the local economy. A key part of our mission is to create meaningful employment opportunities for local youth. We aim to provide rangatahi with hands-on experience in hospitality, customer service, food safety and business operations. Skills that will support their long-term career growth and keep opportunities within the community. Our mobile trailer allows us to be present at markets, events, marae gatherings and key tourist areas, offering flexibility while delivering the consistency Kāwhia currently lacks. Kāwhia will give locals a trusted place to eat, attract visitors seeking authentic seafood, and help grow the town's reputation as a must-visit destination. With Kāwhia's rising visitor numbers and limited dining options, Kāwhia uniquely positioned to fill a crucial gap, providing fresh seafood, steady operating hours, youth employment opportunities, and a true Kāwhia experience that benefits the whole community. I'm just asking today for a letter of support and just help we need it, really. I would need to get my hawker's license to buy and sell seafood. And just any funding that's available, or just to help me get started.
Oh, kia ora, Lucy. Appreciate you coming along, because it's not easy to come along here like this. It's very formal, but like, yeah, no, I thank you for coming along and taking that step to come here and just to present your letter.
Yeah.
So I'd like to total for you just being here, and it's good to see rangatahi come along and to present and, you know, have an innovative kaupapa to put before the board. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to go around the board to see if they have any any questions or any comments that they would like to ask you. Finder, is that okay? Okay, I'll start with, you're right, Rodney? Okay, so this is our mayor, Rodney, so it's good for him to be here and just listen to what we're doing here in Kāwhia. So kia ora, Rodney. I'll come to Annie Mahara. If you've got any pārtai or, so we're just going to go around to any pārtai or any comments that you'd like to.
Hello, Lucy. Greatest initiative. So my pārtai would be, what days would you be operating and how big would be your trailer?
We're in like a double trailer with a chiller and operating every day. Yeah, probably from like 4 to 9.
So at the moment you don't have a trailer?
Nah.
So you're starting from scratch?
Yeah. I just got an idea at the moment. I got my business and
I'll come to you, Richard. Any pārtai or comments?
Well done for coming along. Well done for saying your piece. And I have no questions at this stage. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have. It's good to be able to help anyone who's going to provide employment in Kāwhia. Kāwhia is youth and others need employment in Kāwhia. So it will be good to see something happen in that respect. So good luck with it.
Oh, kia ora, Richard. I'll come to you now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, kia ora. Well done, Lucy Lou. Look, I support what you're trying to do there, and I wish you every success with that. You're meeting a hole, if you like, in the demand for services in town, particularly early in the week. I'm very aware that we have people coming into this town on holidays, visitors and so on, who come in here on a Monday or Tuesday night or whatever, and there's absolutely nothing open, nowhere they can get anything to eat. So if you're going to cover that off, that's a bonus for us as a community and a business opportunity for yourself as well. So I wish you every success, and if we can help in any way with providing some assistance or direction as to where you could get some funding for this, please ask. Certainly do what we can to help. All right.
Like that, have you finished?
I have, thank
Kia
you.
ora. Oh, choice. Kia ora, Lucy. I'd like to support what you've laid down in front of the board. Any innovative kaupapa and anything for Kāwhia, and it's great to see rangatahi come in, you know, with a kaupapa too. So with a lot of energy, and you got whānau support all around you, because you know Dad is there too. So and especially being from here as well, so ka pai. From here, I'll just like to ask the board to accept as a late item for discussion. Can I have a move and a seconder, please?
No.
Move, Kit, can I have a seconder? Any Mahara, thank you. So from here, we will, okay. Okay. So that's been passed as a late item for discussion. So Lucy, you're asking for a letter of support? Yeah. So we can discuss that now. The board, if we can discuss where our thoughts are for a letter of support for this kaupapa. It's my understanding that's what Lucy's here for. So, is that correct?
It is through the chair. I also heard any funding, so it might be worth clarifying whether you're actually asking for funding from the board, because that's a different decision. And the board may not be able to consider that today, because normally there needs to be an advance notice for that, and a bit more of a business case around what funding is for, how much. So if you're asking for that, you need to let the chair know, and then the board consider that as well.
Yeah, I just didn't know this.
Yeah. So, Kia ora,
Part of council is a development bill, which is Elevate. Elevate, I just text the chair and I said, does Elevate help with starting a business? She said yes. So that might be an avenue that could perhaps put on people to Elevate. But I'm pretty sure there is some slight funding for advertising different things, so, which is not pretty broad. It's Elevate's funded by the council towards anything. It's just kind of an arm, so they probably can be a bit more flexible on boards, but my understanding probably about to actually recommend too much here today because it's new. I will take that procedures it might be, but it's just kind of another avenue that might be worth considering. What is worth considering?
okay, just to start the ball rolling here, I would like to move of support for this kaupapa for Lucy. So I will move it, and I just, if anybody wants to second it.
Through the chair, before that happens, could I provide some staff advice on that?
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, this has come quite late, so the board hasn't had a chance to consider this yet. So we're kind of considering on the fly. So a letter of support from the board would obviously give you the support to look for funding. What it means for the board, potentially, is you would then have a letter for a particular provider, which may then set some expectations of letters of support for other providers. So that's
okay. Yeah.
I would recommend that if the board agrees to a letter of support, that it is subject to all necessary permits and licenses to be obtained, because there's a hawker's license, you're right, and a license to trade, and probably a food license as well. So there's a couple of licenses that need to have it.
Business plan. She's got food control plan. Food control plan.
That's great. The board hasn't seen that, so my recommendation through the chair would be, if you wanted to do a letter of support, be subject to that.
Okay.
And then if you've got that, that's great.
So we need to see that first.
No, if the letter of support is subject to obtaining the funds,
Okay.
then if you've got one, that's covered.
Okay. So I would like to move in once we with this material in support of. Is that correct?
So I think what the board's decision is, whether you provide a letter of support, and it's a yes or no. And if you do provide a letter of support, then it would be, however that letter's drafted, it would be subject to
Subject.
Lucy obtaining all necessary permits and licenses.
Through you, Madam Chair.
Yes.
A potential resolution may be that the Kāwhia Community Board provide a letter of support to the applicant to be used for funding applications subject to all necessary licenses being obtained.
Thank you, Kaya. What she said. You said that so beautifully, Kaya. Thank you. Yeah.
Are you moving that way?
Oh, yeah, no, Kaya. Kaya, yeah. The wording that Kaya just said.
That's the resolution.
That's the resolution, yeah.
Well said.
Okay, kia ora, Richard. So that's been, you understand what's happened just there?
Yeah.
Cool. And for the funding, we will, like what Rodney has mentioned out the mayor with the, yeah. That's avenue, yeah, we can talk more about that later. Do we all agree? The board, can we hear an aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Ka pai. Everybody agrees. Yeah. Kia ora. Okay, we will talk again. Kia ora. Kind of coming along, Lucy. Yeah. Yeah.
You did well.
Just for future, any of these items that come in, can they come in like, because where did this letter come from?
That came in via
Yeah.
Chair, Segway.
It would be good to get these early, because like, I arrived and, and I just heard all about this, and I'm just saying, that'll be, so we can prepare ourselves a lot better.
Hey, if I can't get it.
Yeah, no, you go do that. Okay. 5-minute break, please, Dave. Can we have a 5-minute break? Thanks, Dave. O tēnā tātou. Okay, we'll carry on. Any late item? Declaration of conflict of interest. Confirmation of minutes, please. Yeah. Are there any corrections from our last minutes? You happy with them?
I'll move.
You move? You can, Kāwhia. We're on to the decision reports. Item 6, adoption of Kāwhia Community Board meeting schedule, which is on page 15. On page 15. Have we had a chance to look through the dates? Yep. Cool. If we're all happy, can we have a mover and a seconder, please?
Is that for the dates?
These are the dates for our hui for the next 3 years. So Annie Mahara will move in a seconder, Richard. Kāwhia. So put all those dates into your diary.
They'll be going at them.
Oh, they'll be going out Monday, okay. Kāwhia. Information only reports. There are no reports. Kāwhia. We'll go around now for the board member updates, please. And we'll start from this side, Kit.
Oh, right. Just let me open my diary for a minute. Right, well, pretty much since the elections, we've had first of a number of induction meetings for elected members, and they've been held in at Aotearoa, and we've also had a risk and assurance meeting. We've also held here on the 17th of October, we had an exhibition expo here in Ball, which I believe personally I thought was extremely successful. The employment one, they had a number of stalls, including DOC and the armed services were represented, and a number of local ones as well. There seemed to be a lot of interest in that exhibition, and it was very well organised, I thought. Jeff and I met with representatives of Waipa Networks on the 23rd of October. And just for the board's information, Sean Horgan, who is the Chief Executive of Waipa Networks, is leaving Waipa to join, I think it's Main Power down on the South Island, and he finishes up at the end of this month. Sean's been a very good friend to this community in terms of his proactive approach to providing generators and so on in advance of any potential emergency situations. And Waipa Networks is really a friend of ours, and we're hoping that they will continue to be so. They indicated that there's absolutely no reason why we can't have an EV charging station here. The reticulation is sufficient to support an EV station here. And we did talk about the fact that a facility like that would be useful in attracting tourists here, particularly those who rely on being able to charge up their vehicles. And if there isn't one here, then it's a reason for them not to come. So if there is one, hopefully it'll bring the other ones in. So it's something to think about, and perhaps being brought up in the next long-term plan review. So that was pretty much it, really, Madam Chair. There's a lot coming up in the new year, but we're winding down hopefully before Christmas. And I think there's at least one or two meetings at the council before Christmas break. So I'll take this opportunity, if I may, just to say a Merry Christmas to the board. I hope you all have an enjoyable, safe Christmas, and we look forward to working with you all again in 2026. So, kia ora.
Kia ora, Kit. Thank you. I'll come to you, Richard. Can we just speak up a little bit? I just had a message saying somebody is listening online that can't hear. So if you could just speak a little bit louder, please.
Thank you. Yeah, I too thought that the employment initiative was a wonderful thing. And, the people that organised it, the Kāwhia Hub, in that vein, they have also organised a mental health initiative down at Makatu Marae at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. So if anyone is interested in that, so that's another fine initiative that group are showing. But as part of the employment initiative or the expo that they had here, I was approached by a number of locals who asked me or mentioned to me that they had, they felt there were employment issues that they were having trouble dealing with. One of the employment issues that they raised with me, I'm raising it in this board public, and that is the fact that they believe, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but I would like to find some way of acknowledging their concerns, but they are concerned that there are quite a number of people that are working across at Tāroa that do not have work permits. Now, that could be spilt milk or spilt beans or something because they haven't got employment. But I do think it's something that we should be aware, at least acknowledge it publicly, that there are concerns about that these people feel that they're locals, they're not getting a shot at employment, and then 40 kilometres away, there are people working without or with visas, I don't know, but they are pretty convinced that they're working without work visas. So I just wanted to make that publicly aware, and I think I'm going to try and pursue it, but it's good that we're all aware of it. The mental health initiative, I hope that goes well for them. The Kai Festival, that seems to be just humming along and getting bigger and better and all the rest of it. It's a real shame about the vandalism out there. My view is that is it vandalism or is it racism? They've targeted. It's quite a shocking thing. The last time I had anything to do with something like this here was when I was Board of Trustees chairman at Central School, and they decided to cut down our new sign because it was a calf Maori sign. And so that was the last time I came, and that's got to be 35 years ago. So I'm quite astounded that that's happened. I'm quite shocked by it, to be quite honest with you. I've just come from the sports day up at the school. Seemed to be extremely successful. Hundreds and hundreds of kids and very, very nice muscle fitters. So it looked like it was a real successful day. So that's the case. And I'm sure that Annie is going to touch on it, but we both went to look at the trees. When I was driving away from those trees, I happened to run into the Waipa Network's thermal imaging man, who told me he was going to go down there and take some thermal images of all the power station power lines and try and get back to us or get back to the council. I don't know whether that's happened, but we did go down and have a look at that issue. Yeah. So that's my that's my report.
Kia ora for your report, Richard. I would be keen to know where the trees are, but I'll pass it over to Annie. Kia ora, Annie.
In relation to those trees, I don't know the address, the number of that. It's on Wayward Street, but it's that strip of land in front of where Jenny Taylor used to stay.
Oh, down
there. And so all those trees there are really above 5 metres.
It's not on a section, it's actually on a council bird.
Is that the chestnut tree?
Chestnut trees.
Yeah, I know them.
Those trees.
Yeah, we can read the response from our.
That'd be great.
I'll ask for Karen with her report first, and then should we go to that? You've got that ready. Well, we'll hear the response first, eh? And then we'll come back to you to finish your report.
Madam Chair. Our manager community facilities, Jared Fleming, said that there is an arborist program to give those trees a hard trim back, which should alleviate the issues. And to have the trees removed, it would require a report and a decision from the board as they're more than 5 metres, and it's required under our urban tree policy.
Fine, thank you for that, Kaya.
Through you, Madam Chair, is that a report, is that for you, Tony?
That would be a staff report that Jared would bring if the board wanted to look at tree.
Yeah, through you.
Through the chair, so what you do, if you think you'd like a report brought back, you can ask the chair, a request through the chair for report to be brought back, and then Jared will present that at the next meeting. If you would like the trees taken out.
Can I ask the question on that? I'm just wondering just how consistent is that approach, because there has already been, I don't know whether you know Malcolm, what's his last name?
Honesty.
No, he lives just next to this side of Dr. John, and there's a big tall poplar that's starting to rot, and he's very, very afraid that when it does come down, it's going to come across his garage and damage. You know the one I'm talking about? Oh. Yeah. So he put in a service request, and somebody's been to see him, but there was no suggestion at that stage that we would have to go through a report situation and actually have the board approve it and fund it. But also, there's this one that's just above the service station here, that's the island starting to drag it down, and that's going to go as well. And so all I'm raising, Madam Chair, is that I understand where Jared is coming from, but there just doesn't seem to be any consistency in the way in which it's been approached.
So what would you propose
Well,
as a solution?
well, I can't. He's either going to have to get a report done on all of the trees or none.
So could I help? Could I help?
Yes.
With advice. So I can't comment on the popular one, but sometimes there are cases in our urban tree policy, if the tree is dead or diseased or dying or at risk of toppling, then we can bypass the urban tree policy, I believe. That may have been the case with popular, can't comment on that. The one opposite the garage, we've looked at that, that's on private land. So that's not a council tree, and that's a tree. So the private landowner has responsibility for that tree. I guess we've got to rely on Jared's advice that if you would like these trees taken out, and it's specific to these trees, then Jared's offered to bring a report back. And you can ask him at that point in time without any consistency. So that'll be the best approach.
Right. Yes, Richard.
Through the chair. I see them as three different issues, to be frank with you. The tree that is down here is on council land. Okay? It's not on a section. I arrived a little bit late, and Annie had already spoken to all the residents down there, and they all want it cut down. So that's the front, and it's in front of 3 or 4 sections, and there's a roadway in between, or a little traffic thing. So that's council land, so council can make that decision. I thought they were still trying to, the last I heard, the tree by the garage, there was still the owner of that land says, that's not my land, that's council land.
Sure.
So, and Mark Lewis was supposed to get back to me with an email to tell me what that was all about, but he hasn't got back to me. So, and as far as the poplar goes, the poplar is on private land, am I correct?
No, it's on the
Is there a reserve down here?
Yeah.
Is that down the end of that long drive?
No, it's right on the road front.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up with the trees, so.
Okay.
So I think that we should attend to this one. We should discuss the owner, find out who owns that land, because the owner is saying, that's not my land, so it's not my tree.
Okay.
So Mark was supposed to get back to us.
Kia ora, Richard. I think moving forward, let's move that, have a report that Jerry comes back to the board at our next meeting and to give us a report on the trees.
On all 3 of them?
I'll move it. I see. Yes.
On all 3. Can I just clarify though, I thought the request was that they wanted the trees taken out Jared's report is suggesting that they just be trimmed. So what are we?
It's like to clarify. So Jared's advice is there's a program already for trimming. So that's happening.
Yeah.
The request has been they taken out. So in order to do that and to abide by the council's urban tree policy, Jared's advice is that he needs to bring a report back. He can't just take them out because our tree policy says he can't do it. So he needs to bring it back to the board with recommendations on whether it gets taken out or not for you to debate it. I can confirm this tree up here. I don't know if Mark's got back, but when I looked at the property, because it came through me at 1.2, it is definitely on private land. And so I don't think that's in dispute. But again, Jared can probably cover that in the report to clarify that without the doubt.
Yeah. And Tony, you've mentioned about 3 times now that's on private land. So, you know, we have to listen to what's being said as well. So can we leave the trees there? We've moved and we seconded that Jared will, we've requested for Jared to come to our next meeting to give us an updated report on the trees. Kia ora. So we'll come back to Annie with to finish off her report, please. Can we just speak up a bit louder because I'm getting messages that they online streaming that can't hear us at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you. So on the 4th of November, I also attended a workshop for tourism. We had about 15 people here, and that was a great workshop for our community about tourism. Every Wednesday here at 10 to 12, no, from 10 to 2, we have karaoke every Wednesdays here. And the community markets on the 30th, just the weekend just gone, they had 22 stallholders. So that was fabulous. It was great. The Careers Expo on the 14th of November, yeah, that was great as well. Yeah. And there was a giveaway for a washing machine. So one of the outsiders won a washing machine, a brand new washing machine. Yeah, and every Mondays we have kaumatua, and we meet at Makatu Marae, and we make resin earrings, necklaces, posters, pictures, and they sold it at the markets just gone. On the 12th of November, I attended a Waste It with Kate, so reuse, recycle. It was fabulous. That was a really great presentation. And every 3rd Fridays at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we have lunch. So that's for anybody to turn up, and we'll give you the feed. And at the Seaview Escape, we have a whānau, and they have their business, a kazi food truck. And that's from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. every day. So when all these cafes are closed, and they are, so the Kazis have got their food truck down at the food escape. And every 6 months, there's a garden group in Kāwhia, and this garden group has been established since 1953. Wow. And it's still going. So, yeah. So that's my report. Thank you.
Kia ora, Amy. Before we finish off our reports, I'd like to invite Koromata, Mr. Mayor, Rodney, if you would like to have anything.
I'll just, we've been doing a lot of different meetings, LTZ, but some of the privileges you get to be the mayor is like, I attended like the St. John Cadets, prize giving. So, the people that are doing so well in the community, that's sort of been like, I'm just looking at my diary, and if I read it all out, we'll be here a while. But things like you also get to go to we're a member of the Hamilton Airport, so you do the AGM of that. Mayoral Forum, and also all the mayors from the Waikato, and we've all met, and we've all going to share our vision. So hopefully together we can work better. And the government's obviously bringing new things to us to do. So pretty much it's kind of made a bit more high level centric, I suppose, but it's really awesome to come to here, to Kāwhia, find out what's kind of going on at grassroots. That's the most important thing. Just on On the trees, I'm pretty sure on the community board, you know, the same sort of thing happened there. You just bring a report back and you can actually remove trees. It's just,
Yes, as long as they're not protected trees.
Yeah.
And bringing a report gives the opportunity for members of the public to speak against the removal or in support of the removal.
exactly right. So yeah, it's kind of very nice.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for taking time to come out to Little Kāwhia too. We appreciate that. My report is just to say thank you to everybody for everything you do. It says, oh, our kitty is getting full already, and this is only the end of 2025. So we look forward to the next 3 years. So I just would like to thank you all for all the mahi you do for our community. And I'm just listening to you all and all the little pockets of community projects that you all do. So I'd just like to thank you all. That was my report. Just a big thank you to you all. Big shout out. Now we'll move on. I'd just like to pass this time over to Tony.
Yeah, Madam Chair, there's one change to the agenda. I thought so with Jeff being away, the recommendation from CE and Rodney's agree with this is to defer the code of conduct to the February meeting, because then Jeff will be back here as well. So that item under workshops and briefings has been deferred to February.
Okay, we understand that.
Yep. Thank
Thank you for that update. Okay, we'll carry on now with our board projects. This is our storyboard, I presume, board projects. Yeah, storyboard. Okay, Frank Thorne through the Runanga Ngāti Kairo is still working on the storyboards. We will have a further update at our next meeting in 2026. So we'll bring an updated update for our storyboards at that time. We are also working, looking at the board outside here, which was mentioned a few hui ago, with the board to update that board out here as well. So we're looking at the narrative and the text on there as well. So we'll bring more of an update at our next hui. Ka pai. The next one on our agenda is Kāwhia General Reserve Fund, which has been no requests. Our Kāwhia Discretionary Fund has been no requests. And our Kāwhia Community Centre hire charge waivers is no request, ka pai. And our resolution register.
If you read through, yeah, those ones get stuck up there.
Okay. I'm just going to read here resolution number K1. There is no further action required. Staff recommend this resolution is removed from the register. And then resolution K2. There is no further action required. Staff recommend this resolution is removed from the register. Resolution K3. There is no further action required. Staff recommend this resolution is removed from the register. And then resolution K4. There is no further action required. Staff recommend this resolution is removed from the register. Staff recommendation that the Kāwhia Community Board approve the removal of resolutions K1, K2, K3 and K4 from the register. Move Richard and a seconder, Annie. Kia ora. Thanks for that. All those in favour? I presume. Ka pai. See, I told you you should have been together. Richard?
Doing a fine job. Yeah. You're doing a fine job.
There are no reports. Ka pai. Okay. If we could all turn to our karakia on page 25. We can say our karakia together, and then we can close our hui. We'll say it in Te Reo Māori first, and then we'll go to our English. Ka pai. No reira tēnā tātou. Ma te whakapono, ma te tūmanako, ma te titiro, ma te whakarongo, ma te mahitahi, ma te manawa nui, ma te aroha, ka taia he tātou. by believing and trusting, by having faith and hope, by looking and searching, by listening and hearing, by working and striving together, by patience and perseverance, by all being done with compassion, we will succeed. Nō reira, tēnā tātou katoa. I declare this meeting closed.